Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe, and let's get right into the news. All right, so Tory Lanez hairline is crazy. We know this. And his hair doctor wrote a letter in as a letter of recommendation for a lesser sentence. You got to be kidding. He's helping a lot of people. He's helping your business. That's what he's doing. He's helping your business. Then we got Travis Barker's daughter. She's getting to the rap game. She's not horrible, but it's just, I don't know. We'll see what happens with this, you know? I know this is going to be a mess somehow, you know, but I think she signed to Capitol. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Tory Lanez is selling free Tory merch. Expected, you know, expected. There's nothing more to really say about this. We've said everything we can say, and hopefully he is out in 2.5 years. That's all I could say about that. You know, it's a shame what happened all around the board that night between Meg and her friend and Megan, Tory pushing the line on everything. And when he pushed the line on everything, he was the catalyst that made everything kind of happen, and everything fell in his lap. That's what happened, you know, and I don't really believe he deserved 10 years. Punishment was in order. Punishment was probably in order for Kelsey, too. Meg was probably just the rowdy one. And, you know, someone got hurt. You know, someone got their foot cut, you know, and it got crazy. And a gun was fired. That's the whole worst part about it. A gun was fired. Who fired it? Kelsey, Tory? We'll never know. We'll never know. Nas gets an apology from MC Shan. He apologized. I guess Nas's people reached out, and they're going to go 50-50 on something. And MC Shan was upset about being left out. He was upset about a bunch of things with Nas, and he voiced them. He's on his IG channel a lot. But MC Shan is legendary, and without MC Shan, it wouldn't have inspired a lot of other things, including Nas. It helped, you know, Nas be inspired. So MC Shan is the foundation. And you always got to respect that. And Nas does have a lot of respect for people who came before him and the people, his peers, during coming up. It's hard being entertainment, especially in rap back then versus now, where you actually had to go out and do everything. It was a lot harder to be a rapper in the 90s and early 2000s than it is in the digital era. And I would say the digital era really 2010 and up, because you could really, that was the beginning of just, you could stay in one place and be huge on the internet. It erased all boundaries, you know, before you had to get in a van and go state to state and really touch the people, you know. So Tokyo Tony's being called out by a children's ministry for saying she keeps liking and sharing stuff from them, but she blocked them and she doesn't even help them. So it's kind of like misleading, and they're calling that out. It's pretty low down. Sauce Walker, I mean, I would be the same way if Nas told me, and I was a rapper, that, you know, I'm keeping bars alive, which, you know, Sauce Walker is not horrible. He's not the best, though. But, you know, when Sauce Walker first came out, he was he was considered a clown, but he makes things look good. I don't know how many albums he actually sells, you know, because he makes most of his money managing OnlyFans, right? But I don't know, man. Hey. Life is life, man, you know, and Sauce Walker is entertaining. He said, I told Nas the song Rewind made me better lyricist. That was a sick song when Nas released that. He inspired me to make a song called Reverse at 15 years old. Epic sauce. Kodak Black's on vacation while his lawyer fights in court for him because Kodak Black got into a little bit of trouble. I think he didn't do some requirements as far as drug tests and stuff like that. So they're going to fix that. probably he'll have to go into some more programs when he comes back. They'll work it out. But Kodak Black and Boosie continue. Boosie now criticized Kodak Black for talking, because Boosie went for Yak first. He said, how are you going to do a song with a snitch? Now, Boosie's out of line for this because if Boosie got paid $1 million, he would have done a song and dissed Tekashi on the same song, guaranteed. That's just how Boosie's just mad he didn't get the opportunity. Now, Trick Daddy defended Kodak Black and he said, "Hey, the guy did us. This is the music industry. He did business, and he dissed the guy in his own song. So you can't really fault him for it. He didn't do anything wrong." And he said Boosie's out of line, but Boosie's like, "Well, how do we know if Kodak Black has a lot of money? I know I had to sell my Rolls Royce when I went to jail, but that doesn't mean I'm broke. Kodak Black could be broke. Anybody could be broke." I always tell people this. Never compare your life to somebody else's. You don't know what kind of problems that person has. That person could be living in debt. That person could be living check to check. Listen, the best way to be rich, personally, is to have some cushion and be financially free a little bit. Not live check to check. Have about 6 months to your living in the bank. And know that if something happens, you can cover it. I mean, that freedom right there alone is a way of being rich because it relieves a lot of stress on you. You're not, I don't know if you guys have lived this way. I have before. I've had hard times in the past. I had a hard time right after I stopped doing videos and I was trying to figure out what I was doing commercials, but there was a small period of time there where I was panicking a little bit, and I didn't have things figured out. And, I became more, I've always been pretty financially responsible since like 2007, around that time. In my late 20s, I woke up and I was like, okay, I got to save money because you never know, right? Especially doing working for yourself. And, you learn. And that's what really being rich is. I just wanted to go on that just to, tell you guys, hey, don't compare your lives to other people, And I think a lot of people end up doing that. Boosie and Kodak Black could be living to check. It might look good because they got houses and nice cars and stuff, but those come with a bill every month. And it's hard to maintain sometimes. Trick Daddy defended him. And then lastly, we got Yo Gotti. He did this interview on Earn Your Leisure, right? And it sounds, this is something I would never admit if it was true. There's no way this could be true. I think Yo Gotti's trying to make a point. He's probably trying to sell something eventually. So Yo Gotti, first of all, I can't stand Yo Gotti anymore ever since the whole Young Dolph thing. And the way he bullies people. Yo Gotti started really making rap money. Now, I'm not talking about street money, rap money. 08, 09, 2010. He was making Midwest, cashing out, right? Serious rap money where you could buy $1 million house. He claims on Earn Your Leisure that he had houses, and I think I saw some of these out when I was doing this. I'm talking about trap houses. He owned a lot of these, right? And he said, I never paid taxes on him because I thought if you paid him cash, you don't have to pay taxes. They're pretty clear when the closing, right? That you owe taxes. And you have to give, there's bills that go to those addresses. I'm sure he was paying a light bill there. And I'm sure he was paying a cable bill there. Or at least a light bill, right? And if you're paying a light bill, you're getting the bill in the mail back, especially back then. Not everything was so online, right? We're talking about mid-2000s, right? So he said, for 5 years, I never paid taxes on the house. They send you a tax bill. I don't know if you guys own a house. Anybody in this, listening to this right now, knows. You get a bill for your property taxes. And they're very clear on the bill that if you don't pay them, They can put a lien against your house for the taxes. We're pretty much taxed on everything in this country. Most countries do this. This is how the government is. This is the only business the government is in, is fleecing us, right? Because we pay income taxes, property taxes, taxes on everything we buy. You know, it's just like we're taxed on money we already paid tax on, right? And you can't tell me there should be no potholes in the street. None. Okay? We have police, it pays for all that kind of stuff. That's important. But there's a lot of misspent money. That's my point. But anyways, Yo Gotti's capping in this. There's no way. I mean, if there is, he's proving that he's slow. I can't believe that. I just refuse to believe that because he's not a dumb guy. You know, he's not dumb. He never, you know, he always saved his money, bought himself out of his contract. There's no way that happened, bro. I'm sorry. But then he's like, I think that's what's going on a lot of people. No, it's not. I think he's trying to make an excuse for something he's trying to, I don't know what he's getting at here. Well, I got to watch the full interview. I just saw a clip. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. Peace.